Hello. The story I'm going to tell you today takes place in Giang Nghĩa County, located in the southwest of Taiwan. This area is known for its beautiful scenery and diverse natural landscapes, featuring famous attractions like Nak, a Sun Mountain. The county is also home to a rich cultural heritage, with ancient streets and traditional dishes that make your mouth water. In the southern part of Giang Nghĩa County lies Tuy Thuong Town, renowned for its unique waterway scenery. The town is crisscrossed with rivers and streams, boasting abundant water resources that have fostered a thriving fishing and aquaculture industry. However, in this picturesque land, a shocking and earth-shattering crime once occurred. Let's rewind time to March 15th, 2013, to uncover the details of this chilling case. On March 15th, 2013, a Friday in the midst of spring, the rain fell relentlessly day and night. That afternoon, the police station in Tuy Thuong Town, Giang Nghĩa County, received a request for investigative assistance from the Dai Dong Police Station in Tam Trong District, Tam Bac City. The request was to search for a victim's body in public restrooms within their jurisdiction. Earlier that morning, the Dai Dong Police Station in Tam Trong District had received an anonymous letter mailed from Dao Vien City. The letter bore no signature, and the font was unusually small, with each stroke appearing to have been retraced multiple times, suggesting someone was deliberately trying to disguise their handwriting. At first, the police thought it might be a cruel prank, but when a curious officer opened it, the contents left everyone stunned. The letter stated, "In a public restroom 200 meters from the temple, there's a dead body. Please bury it properly. I don't have money for a funeral. Thank you." Though the authenticity of the letter couldn't be immediately verified, the police couldn't ignore it since it involved a human life. They promptly sent a request for assistance to the Tuy Thuong Police Station in Giang Nghĩa County. Upon receiving the report, the Tuy Thuong police quickly convened a meeting to plan their search. Officers were dispatched to inspect public restrooms across the town while maintaining close communication with the Tam Trong police to share information and resolve the case as swiftly as possible. As night fell, darkness enveloped Tuy Thuong Town, creating a tense and eerie atmosphere. After 3 grueling hours of searching, Police Chief Lu Lam finally uncovered a clue. She was near Tuy Thuong Temple, also known as Tuy Mao Temple, located in the heart of the town. Dating back to the Ming Dynasty, the temple had undergone several renovations and was a popular spot for locals to offer prayers. As Lu Lam stepped into a nearby public restroom, she noticed something unusual, a plastic bag resting on the flush valve of a toilet. Sensing something was off, she immediately called for backup. Under the flashing lights of police cars, a large team of officers descended on the scene. Based on the letter's description, this could be the site where the body was dumped. However, the plastic bag was only the size of a soccer ball, seemingly too small to contain an entire corpse. Initially, the police speculated it might be the body of a baby. Carefully opening the bag, they found another layer of plastic inside, common supermarket bags. As they peeled back the layers, a foul stench hit them. Inside were multiple layers: a jacket, a shirt, pants, socks, and women's underwear. 7 layers in total. When the final layer was removed, what emerged was a human head. The sight horrified everyone present. A young rookie officer couldn't hold it in and vomited on the spot. Judging by its size, the head belonged to an adult. Its surface was covered in a thick layer of salt, emitting a sour, fermented meat-like smell. Inside the jacket, the police found a scrap of paper with 5 large characters: Tam Trong, Tran Nguyen Din. The handwriting matched the anonymous letter received by the Tam Trong police, with each stroke retraced repeatedly. Forensic analysis revealed the victim was a woman aged between 25 and 50. The head had a clean, flat cut, suggesting the killer was highly skilled at butchering. Soft or frozen flesh wouldn't yield such a precise cut. The head was likely semi-frozen and severed with a sharp blade. Determining the exact type of blade would require finding the rest of the body for comparison. The head had been preserved with a salt pickling method, causing the skin to dehydrate and wrinkle. Professor Yulan from the Police University noted that the degree of decomposition typically helps estimate the time of death, but freezing and salting complicated this process. Forensic expert Lai Suong Nok suggested that applying salt to the body could slow decomposition, deter maggots, and mask the smell. The plastic bag containing the head became a critical piece of evidence. The police focused on analyzing fingerprints and DNA on the bag and letter, as well as profiling the suspect personality traits to connect the clues. They also traced the letter's origin. Though it was mailed from Dao Vien City, the postmark indicated Tan Bac City, suggesting a fake sender address, a dead end. Attention then shifted to the name mentioned in the letter and the note in the bag, Tran Nguyen Din. After searching missing persons records, the police identified 64 individuals with that name. Fortunately, the reference to Tam Trong narrowed the scope to Tam Trong District, Tan Bac City. After screening and verification, they pinpointed a missing woman matching the victim's estimated age. The police contacted her family, and an elderly mother, along with her eldest son, arrived to identify the remains. Though the face was shriveled and unrecognizable, the mother identified her daughter by a missing upper front tooth and recognized the clothes wrapping the head as one she'd bought for her. Overwhelmed, the mother broke down in tears. DNA testing confirmed the victim was Tran Nguyen Din, 34 years old. The victim's mother, Tran Mo, had 5 children. Her eldest daughter ran a fruit business in Ko Long City and was too busy to help, so Tran Mo, her eldest son, and youngest son moved there to assist. The family home in Tam Trong was left to her second son, Tran Gia Pu, and youngest daughter, Tran Nguyen Din. Due to Nguyen Din's mental health issues, her mother visited weekly. In December 2012, after one such visit, Tran Gia Pu told her that Nguyen Din had gone missing. The family searched tirelessly, but eventually reported her disappearance to the police. 3 months later, the mother received news of her daughter. Not the joyful reunion she'd hoped for, but a tragic farewell. Tran Nguyen Din, born Tran Tuk Hue in 1978 in Tan Bac City, was 34 when she vanished. As a child, she was strikingly beautiful, with long hair like a doll's. Known as the school beauty, she attracted many admirers and even caught the eye of an entertainment company hoping to make her a star. At 15, while in middle school, she fell in with a bad crowd, skipping school to hang out at bars, smoke, drink, and eventually use drugs. At 18, she became pregnant unexpectedly. Despite her family's disapproval, she married the father and gave birth to a daughter 9 months later. The couple moved to Dao Vien City, but her husband cheated during military service, leading to a divorce after 4 years. At 22, she returned to Tam Trong to live with her brother, Tran Gia Pu. The failed marriage triggered depression and a suicide attempt. Though she survived, she developed a mental disorder. Neighbors often saw her wandering in heavy makeup and pajamas. Her mother renamed her Nguyen Din, hoping it would turn her luck around, but most neighbors still called her a Hugh or nicknamed her Chu Thien Thien or Chu Hong due to her provocative attire. Nguyen Din had a history of drug use and smoked heavily. Though her mother and brother gave her money, it wasn't enough to sustain her lavish spending. To make more, she turned to prostitution, charging 500 Taiwanese dollars, about 392,000 VNE today, for sex and 50 to 100 Taiwanese dollars for groping. She often brought men home, frustrating her family, who felt powerless. Police suspected she may have clashed with someone during a transaction and been killed. Semen from an unidentified man was found in the underwear wrapping her head, leading to a sweep of her past clients. A taxi driver was identified, but his DNA match lacked motive or evidence to convict him. Since Nguyen Din had changed her name years earlier and few knew it, the letter's use of Tran Nguyen Din suggested the sender was close to her. Interrogations of neighbors revealed disturbing clues. One claimed Nguyen Din said her brother, Tran Gia Pu, had molested her, though her mental state cast doubt on the story. Another neighbor below her apartment reported a foul stench and chunks of meat clogging their drain in March. Finding Tran Gia Pu unusually cooperative when offering to help clear it. Investigations showed he'd taken out multiple insurance policies on Nguyen Din since 2011, totaling 660,000 Taiwanese dollars, nearly 5 billion VNE today. If this was an insurance scam, it would explain everything. Giang Nghĩa, who became the prime suspect. Recently married to Liu Mo from Fujian, China, Giang Nghĩa, whose wife fled to Fujian after the incident, claiming a relative's funeral. She later admitted to police there that she'd seen a frozen head in their fridge, but fled out of fear, unsure whose it was. She also revealed he'd tried to buy insurance for her, chilling her further. His boss said he'd requested days off on March 12th and 13th to clean his house, borrowing rubber gloves and a kitchen knife he never returned. Phone records placed him in Tuy Thuong on March 13th, and surveillance footage showed him leaving Tam Trong at 4 a.m. with black trash bags, later arriving in Tuy Thuong with a white plastic bag he discarded near the temple. Despite denying involvement, evidence piled up. A search of his Tam Trong apartment uncovered Nguyen Dina's blood and DNA on a knife, an electric pot, and walls. Handwriting analysis linked him to the letter and note. Neighbors' reports of meat in the drain suggested he'd minced and flushed her body, though only chicken bones were found in the septic tank. On March 18th, he was arrested. Facing overwhelming evidence, he confessed, but bizarrely claimed aliens ordered him to do it. Giang Nghĩa, born in 1975 in Tan Bac City, was 38 at the time. The third of 5 siblings, he worked as a cook after middle school, but struggled with unstable jobs. In 2012, he married Liu Mo, appearing honest and reserved to outsiders. However, he was also an obsessive stalker fan of actress Trac Van Twin, sending her lewd letters and photos. Since 2011, he'd insured Nguyen Din, naming himself and his mother beneficiaries. In 2012, he obtained a mental disorder certification, possibly to deflect suspicion, and began stockpiling trash bags. On December 9th, 2012, after his mother left for Koh Long, he killed Nguyen Din, enraged by her late-night calls arranging prostitution. He salted her head and stored her body for 3 months before disposing of it in March 2013, sending the letter when no one found the head. In June 2013, Giang Nghĩa faced trial in Giang Nghĩa County Court for murder and fraud. He pleaded not guilty, feigning insanity with tales of alien control. Psychiatric evaluation deemed him sane. Initially sentenced to death, his appeal in 2015 reduced it to life imprisonment, citing his filial piety and his mother's loss. This sparked public outrage over his brutality. Rumors of a ghost haunting the restroom later led to its demolition, ending the eerie tales. This tragic case shattered a seemingly normal family, driven by greed and rage. From a criminal psychology perspective, Giang Nghia's actions reflect a calculated yet unstable mind. His meticulous planning, insurance, body disposal, and misdirection shows premeditation, while his stalker behavior and alien excuse hint at deeper psychological issues, possibly narcissism or a need for control. His lack of remorse and manipulation of family ties underscore a chilling detachment, making this a stark study in familial betrayal and moral decay. That's the end of today's story. See you in the next one. Goodbye.